school hockey tournament. We had some great games right here in this rink, and we're pleased to be back here. Our first MyHockeyLive event of the season from Stoneham. And Mike, a busy day around the state for high school hockey. It's kind of the midwinter Monday holiday, and a lot of high school teams in action today.
Yeah, a lot of schools are really taking advantage of this day off that the kids have. A lot of games going on today, including Middlesex League battle here. Arlington's going to try and play strong defensively. They know they're the favorites. There's a game they should win. And if you're Stoneham, you just look at what's happened in this league so far this year and what happens every year. You got Belmont tying Reading. You got Winchester losing to teams. You got Woburn being in the top 15. You got things happening that shouldn't happen. So if you're Stoneham, you got to stay in this game. You got to take the chances Arlington's going to give you. There won't be many of them. And the ones that you do have, goaltender Ryan Coates going to be stellar in between the pipes.
Yeah,
Stoneham's got an uphill task.
Great point. Stoneham started off the season with 2 or 3 losses. One didn't count. And then they were able to rattle off 4 wins in a row. Now they've lost their last 3, facing kind of some of the teams you mentioned, Burlington and Woburn and Wilmington. But, you know, Arlington has made its way up in the standings. They're third in the other division. Stoneham's in the Freedom Division, and Arlington's in the Liberty Division. So Arlington's sitting third right now behind Winchester and Woburn. No surprise those 2 teams are near the top. But as you say, a good Middlesex League league game here to kick off this triple header on MyHockeyLive here. We're going to get the starting lineups now. Some announcements from the penalty box. So for Arlington, it's Ryan Cote between the pipes, and Gorman and Adaricio on defense. Up front, it's going to be Willett on left wing. In the middle will be Mick Curran, and on right wing, Stephen Liakos. Stoneham, some of the youth hockey players being introduced here.
The future stars of Stoneham High School hockey.
Absolutely. So for Stoneham, the lineup, number 1, Andrew Scarper between the pipes. On defense will be Cox, number 13, and number 15, Greg Beauclair. We'll get the rest of the lineup after the national anthem. I'd like to finish off the starting lineup for Stoneham. Up front, it's Nick Toussaint on the left wing, Jake Payanessa in the middle, number 19, and Brandon Can, number 4, the right wing. And on defense, as we said, number 15, Greg Beauclair, and number 13, Nathan Cox. Again, first time we've seen these clubs, so it may take a few minutes to get the names and numbers sorted out, so bear with us here, and have patience. Thank you. Opening draw controlled by the Spartans. Now quickly on the forecheck is the Spy Ponders as they try to get it in deep play at the Stoneham line, and now send it deep off the stick of Gorman. Retreating to get it is Cox. Cox trying to do a left wing breakout for Toussaint. Behind the net now, centering pass out front. That was Mick Curran with the play, and not connecting, goes all the way back onto Ryan Cote.
Yeah, Stoneham won the draw but couldn't control it. Arlington got on the forecheck, but they couldn't really get a settled offensive possession. A lot of jitters going on early this game.
Puck is laid over to Sparko just off the bench, number 11, sends it in deep left wing corner. Icing is going to be called. Anthony Capuccio was on the chase for Stoneham, but could not pick it up, and It'll come all the way back and be faced off to the right of Andrew Scarpa, the sophomore goaltender for the Spartans.
Yeah, in the first 45 seconds, it hasn't really been a smooth game. Neither team really doing exactly what they want to do. A few missed passes here and there. Now Arlington will get an offensive zone draw.
Stoneham able to break it out. This is 22, Jake Burridge. Goes around the boards, kept in at the point by number 12 for Stoneham. Not on our roster here, right off the bat. And we get a penalty call right away, early on. Looks like it's going to be number 11, John Sparko, going to take a seat here right early in the first period. It's a minute 1:03 into the game.
It is a big stage for both teams. Stoneham really needing to kill this off, and Arlington, if they can even get an early goal, to just carry that momentum early would be a huge part of this game.
Coach Missouri sends out John Piggott rather late here. Piggott is out there up front with Mick Curran and number 6, Steve Liakos. Face-off controlled by nobody and cleared by Stoneham. Nice play, sticking his hockey stick in there, Jake Payanessa, and sending it the length of the ice. Cote leaves it for number 20, Justin Nee, and they start the power play up the right wing. This is 13, Mick Curran, going cross ice for Piggott. Piggott knocked it in the boards over there, kept in at the point by Nee. Nee walks to the center. Nee now lays it down to Piggott. A slap shot goes wide, caroms off the backboard. Stoneham able to clear it with 53 to go on the penalty to Sparko. I think they said hit from behind, a minor. Arlington on the rush. Wrister is whistled wide, and Stoneham able to clear again. Good job by Stoneham killing this penalty.
Yeah, really not letting Arlington get anything near their goaltender. Really the only two chances they had were both gone wide from high and above the circle.
Nee now up the left wing this time for Peter Shesharek. Now Gorman will play it across to Drotz. Drotz over the line. Checked there by Stoneham's Nathan Cox, and they're able to clear it out of the zone. We're down to 13 to go on the penalty to Stoneham, so big hit over there as Daniel Sweet stepped into Gorman as he crossed the line, and now they wing it around the boards and out, and it goes the length of the ice, and giving chase is Gorman as the penalty time expires.
Yeah, a lot of times these early penalties, real momentum changers. Stoneham wins that one there with that great kill.
Over the line for Arlington is Sean Foran. He's in the chase's rebound, but Stoneham able to skate it away. Arlington keeps it in, a tip of a Gorman shot in front. Good save there by Scarpa to stay with that one. I think it was tipped by 16, Justin DeMarco.
Yeah, it was good play by Scarpa to keep with it. A lot of traffic in front. Wasn't the hardest shot, but sometimes that's all it takes. It's a tip here, a tip there. Scarpa stayed big and just protected his net.
We apologize. There is a number 12 out there for Stoneham on the last shift, and he's had a couple of shifts now, and not on our roster. We'll check on that one between periods for you, but Stoneham now sends out Eric Roberts, a third wave here. Piggott can't control the face-off for Arlington, and Stoneham able to skate it out. Nathan Cox up on the boards, intended for Ed Doherty, and Arlington able to dump it in again. Giving chase for Arlington is Justin Nee, picked up by Piggott behind the net. Piggott checked off the puck by Eric Roberts. Nice play there. And Stoneham able to clear it up the boards. Now Doherty on it. He'll dump it in as he's 1-on-5 for the moment, and Stoneham will change. 11:30 to go, opening period of play. We're just underway, no score. One penalty early on. Arlington power play was denied, and here's Stoneham with a chance in front. Skating it around the net is Brandon Can. Can trying to center it. Can with it again. Shot is blocked there by Nee off his shin pads. Can will redirect it deep into the right wing corner. Adaricio sends it around. Interception by the Spartans in front. All the way back to the point. Slap shot is picked off by Shesharek, and he skates it out. Gets it over to Willett. Willett can't get through big John Sparko back there. One of the alternate captains for Stoneham. And now circling through center ice for Arlington is Willett. Willett will leave it there for Stephen Liakos, but intercepted by the defense of Stoneham. That's 22, Jake Burridge, picking it off and clearing. And Jeff McDonald starts it back for Arlington. Puck is knocked off the stick of Willett by the Stoneham defense there, or actually Capuccio, one of the forwards. Good job back checking. McCurran can't pick it up and delayed offsides as Stoneham will have a free clear here. Burridge sends it in deep and the play is offsides. Rather icing, sorry.
First whistle in what feels like forever. This game's really going up and down, fast-paced. Stoneham's doing what they need to do right now, not letting Arlington get a real possession. They're making quick shifts. They're playing everybody. Just keep getting the puck moving north and keep it rolling and don't let Arlington inside.
Yeah, they're taking a familiar tactic, kind of jam in the middle there when you want to keep things close early on, and they've got good bodies back. So obviously, Coach Sacco has said you got to play both ends of the rink today. Good job of lugging it through center ice is Nathan Cox, the defenseman. He gets it in deep, and the forecheck will start there, but Arlington able to clear. The breakout comes up to Piggott, rather Foran, Sean Foran, deep into the corner, watched there by Cox. Centering pass, picked off, and deflected over to Halpin. Mike Halpin over the line, sends it in deep left wing corner. Arlington with a little bit of ice here as Stoneham was on a change, but now skating it up is Sean Helion. And Helion will get it up the wing to Justin DeMarco, who gives it away. Pass is sent up to the left wing at the Arlington line to Andrew Tufts. And here's a break for Arlington, 3-on-2, except a couple of guys go to the bench, so it's a 1-on-2. That's Colin Hanley with a wrister in, saved by Scarpa there. And now through center ice comes Stoneham, the wrister, and a save in there by Cote. Again, that's mystery guy number 12. All right, that is Souza, number 12.
Yeah, it was a good play, real going.
First
really
name.
Going end to end, and
12. AJ Souza, thank you very much. Now Gorman trying to get it around the back dasher there, over to Piggott. Good forecheck by Stoneham here. Now Arlington muscles it over the line. Cox turns and gets it up the left wing to Toussaint. Toussaint sends it behind the Arlington net. Good forecheck there by Brandon Can. Can down low to number 19, Payanessa. Payanessa back to the point, but Arlington, good job to thwart that one. Now a long wrister in is a high stick there. I'm not sure whose stick it went off, and Arlington's able to break it out. Giving chase is Peter Shishcharik. Shishcharik hit there by 15, Greg Beauclair. Puck is loose, and now sending it deep by Payanessa, and they will change, but they're going to call that icing.
Yeah, if you're Payanessa there, you got to take another 2 strides and dump that in before you
get
off.
Stride, really. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Good point.
Reverse the ice there. Now Arlington sets up with an offensive possession. We haven't really seen a lot from either side. More the chances coming from generating them from defense. Really, the only set offensive possessions are just producing shots from way outside.
Approaching the halfway point of period number 1, no score. Now Souza with it behind the net. Forecheck there, good job by Arlington, by Liakos. Liakos gets it over to 19 is Willett in deep, and they work it back at the points and get it in deep again. Now Liakos in the corner, being watched by Souza, but Willett now gets it to Liakos. They double team here. They get it to the corner off the stick of Curran. Curran misfired on that one. Good support at the point by Sebastian Drotz. Drotz, nice job, but finally it's knocked away by Mike Halpin. This is going to be icing on Stoneham again. That's 3 or 4 anyway.
Yeah, Halpin, he did what he needed to do there. Sometimes you just take the ice. It was a long shift, all in their defensive end. He'll take the ice, get a fresh set, and hope that this group can do it better than they did.
Yeah, a little bit under fire there.
Yeah.
That's a good hockey play right there. Now Sean Tomaszewski steps in for Arlington to take the draw. And a check thrown over there by Sean Foran, and a good play by Stoneham at center ice by Eric Roberts. But Arlington able to come up with it again and dump it deep. Beauclair now in the corner trying to find it up to Doherty, and Doherty has to retreat. Able to get it up the boards to Roberts, who's got some skating room over there. Eric Roberts over the red line. Dumps it in deep with his line mate Tufts on the chase. Tufts can't beat Michael Adaricio though. And now Stoneham steals it, left wing corner. They cycle it deeper. And on it is Ed Doherty behind the net. He's knocked off the puck. by Tomaszewski, the center, back down deep. Adaricio now pinned into the boards by 16 Andrew Tufts, and they're able to get it to Mike Hart. Hart up the left wing to Foran, Sean Foran knocks it out of the zone, but Stoneham knocks it right back in. And like you said before, Mike, not a lot of whistles here. This is a lot of changing on the fly. Now Cox trying to drive it up the wing. Cox follows up. There's a delayed penalty coming here to Arlington. Touching up is Justin Knee, and I think it's maybe a bench penalty.
Yeah.
I didn't see the official point to any one player, so I think it's a bench penalty, and it's going to be served by number 7, Jeff McDonald.
Now it's Stoneham's turn on the power play. Arlington couldn't do anything when they had one. See if Stoneham can make anything happen here.
Arlington clears it quickly off the start of their man down, and Stoneham will start out. Comes near side to Cox from Souza, back to Souza, over the line, lays it up on the left wing for Toussaint, but his pass in the middle intercepted. And now Arlington, good job by Piggott of trying to kill the penalty. He was 1-on-2 there and got it deep. Shasharig and Piggott out there for Arlington on the penalty kill. A couple of sophomores. They try to hit Toussaint on the left wing, goes all the way by him, and Arlington with a 2-on-3 here on the man down. We're down to 37 seconds left in the man advantage.
It's been the same story for Stoneham. They really haven't had any chances here. Arlington's really carried the puck most of the time, just getting it past that red line and dumping it in.
Quickly over to pick it up is Sparko, but good forecheck here by Mick Curran, but the puck jumps up in the air and offsides is called. Interesting selection of music between plays here, Mike.
Yeah, it's really been, the power play really hasn't changed much at all. It's still the same kind of pace of the game. It's kind of just going up and down. The other team really getting settled. And you would think that the power play may change that, but it hasn't yet.
A pass up on the left wing intended for Capuccio. Capuccio out there now with Brendan McCarthy and Halpin. Arlington sends it the length of the ice, but it's on net with 3 seconds and 2 now. And out of the box steps number 7, Jeff McDonald, who was serving that too many men on the ice penalty, and they send it in deep. This is Capuccio behind the net, trying to get it back to his center, McCarthy, but intercepted by Arlington, and they skate it out. Pass goes over to Curran. Curran up on the right wing to Liakos. Liakos can't get around Big Daniel. Sweet there, good play by Sweet.
Yeah, it was a good play by Sweet to keep it in, but now Capuccio coming up the boards now.
Capuccio able to get it out, but they can't control it. Nice play by Arlington defenseman Michael Adaricio at the line. And now over the line comes Liakos, and covering up is Scarpers. Good play there with 4:10 to go, opening period of play, no score. In a Middlesex League matchup here between the Stoneham Spartans and the visiting Arlington Spy Ponders.
Now, once again, not really getting a quality chance, but in a game like this where you're not going to get a lot of chances, it's good to just get the puck on net, make sure let the goalie know you're present, and then get an offensive zone possession.
Roberts and Hanley on the draw. Stoneham able to skate it out. That's number 10, Doherty, can't get it in the zone. And now the rush by Sean Foran. Foran has it knocked off his stick, and Stoneham able to come into the zone. Nathan Cox, the defenseman, deep into the corner, now circles the net, tries to jam it far post. Covered up by Cote, play continues. Now the Arlington defenseman Adaricio runs into the official over there. And good forecheck on the play by Jeremy Richmond, number 20. Centering pass off the stick of number 14, Sebastian Drotz. Good play by Drotz in front of the sophomore. Young team, Arlington. A lot of sophomores and juniors out there.
Good for years to come.
Now a good forecheck there by Richmond, but the centering pass intercepted by the Arlington defense, and Colin Hanley will get it to Adaricio. His pass up the wing goes off the body of DeMarco. circling back is Souza. Blind clearing pass right onto the stick of the forechecking DeMarco, who sends it in deep. DeMarco still on it, can't get it through Souza. Those two meet up again. And now Richmond will skate it up the left wing and dump it and head to the bench. He was out there a long time. Sparko intercepts it just inside the red line, clears it in deep. Good play up the middle, but a long shift out there for Colin Hanley and DeMarco, and Hanley dumps it in deep, and they change with 2:34 to go, opening period of play. Quick line changes here. These guys are playing smart hockey. They're out there for 35 or 40 seconds and then getting to the bench.
Yeah, both teams really understanding the pace of the play. There's not a lot of whistles. You need the quick shifts. Just get the puck in deep and hope to make something happen then. Get a bounce like that. Yeah, Beauclair goes off a post and stays in. And now trying to ice it is Brandon Can, but that hits an official. And McDonald will send it in deep. This should be icing, I think. Yep.
As McDonald was on his own side of the red line with 2:03 to go, and really not a lot of great quality scoring chances either way.
No, nothing really. It's kind of just both teams quick changing, kind of feeling each other out. Not a lot of settled possession. It's kind of just going up and down, and then the defensemen are making good plays on the 1-on-1s, the 3-on-2s, kind of stopping the play, stopping anything from getting a real quality shot on their goaltender.
Curran on the draw for Arlington, controlled by the Spartans there as they were able to get a shot on net. That was Burridge on the faceoff, winning it back to the point, and a wrister in by Daniel Sweet. Bodies tumble over there, but play continues, and now that's going to be icing as Sweet was on his own side of the red line, but it's waved off. Puck comes back to Sweet at center ice. He knocks it through the legs of Curran, and circling back is Cox for Stoneham. Cox off the boards for Burridge, but picked off by Sebastian Drotz. And now circling for Stoneham is Daniel Sweet. We're going to get a penalty call here, I think.
Up, and number 19 there for Arlington, Kevin Ouellette. That was just a dumb play right after the whistle. He gave Sweet a little extra word, gave him a little jab in the face, and he'll go too.
Hey, we're going to have a power play. I didn't see the call on Sweet. I mean, the play that initiated the call on Sweet, I think it might have been a high stick, but...
Yeah, the original call, I believe, was on Sweet. And Arlington, if you're Ouellette right there, you can't give up a power play. I know what's been going on in the game so far. It's almost like you want to decline the penalties. The power plays haven't really helped. But that's just a dumb, unnecessary play, giving up a man advantage. Yeah, with a minute and a half left in the first,
Sweet was going off. It was a delayed call, and then Ouellette just let him know how he felt about it, and that's unsportsmanlike all day long if you do it within 3 feet of the official. So it's 5-on-5 here. Those two will take a rest and will not cause either one of their teams a man down, as play at center ice, knocked off the far boards by Drotz, and now sent the length of the ice for Stoneham, and they're approaching double figures on icings here in the first period. It's just, I don't think it's intentional, but it's, you know, sometimes it's a smart move, but other times you just got to say, let's get it over the red line and get some momentum.
Yeah, it hasn't been smooth. Some have just been sloppy passes that have overshot their receiver, and some have just been attempts to dump it in and get a change. But I think they're just trying to keep Arlington on their feet, and maybe one of these times it'll pay off.
So an offensive zone face-off of the Spy Ponders, controlled by Piggott. Piggott will lay it behind the net. A wrist shot and a save by Scarper off the stick of Justin Nee. Best chance of the period right there.
But also maybe one of these times one of those icings will cost you, like it almost did there.
Exactly. Toussaint had a chance to get it in deep, and now Arlington will try to clear. That's DeMarco in deep, trying to lug it out or pass it out, and now intercepted at center ice by Eric Roberts. But Arlington gets it back. They get it to Piggott, who dumps and changes with under 30 seconds to go in period number one. They'll come up the left wing, Will Stoneham. Tufts trying to muscle his way through the Arlington forecheckers at center ice, Tomaszewski. And Arlington able to dump it in deep. They're going to get called for icing here. Now it's waved off as they ruled that Souza could have played it. Souza now up the left wing with 7 seconds to go. Bounces it off the boards. Gorman will send it in deep, but intercepted by Roberts at the line. Now Andrew Tufts can't find the handle, and Arlington just sends it in deep as time runs out on period number one. And Not a lot of stats in that period, Mike.
No, I'd say the largest one would be icings. And
Definitely.
face-offs. I mean, a lot of the game, I'd say 90% of the whistles on that first period were probably from icings. Very few, if any, goalies covering the puck up. But a lot of maybe the old two-line pass rule would have come into play on some of those. A lot of just missed passes gone wrong, and it's gone all the way down for icing in the opposing side. A lot more times Arlington would get an offensive zone draw in Stoneham zone.
Yeah, if you're Stoneham, you got to be happy that you got through here, and you know you're not overpowered by a team with 5-2 record when you're at 4-5, and you just say, hey, you know, we did some things that weren't maybe pretty hockey, but we're through one period. We know we can skate with them. Let's see what we can do in period number 2. And you know, you got a goaltender who's pretty good in there, and he made 1 or 2 really good stops, and you build on that.
I'd say if you're Stoneham right now, you know you came in as the underdog. No one's really expecting you to beat this Arlington team. But through that first period, what it showed was they can skate with these guys, and they haven't let Arlington bully them at all, and they're skating with them. They're going up and down with them, haven't really let up any chances. I'd say advantage Stoneham through 1.
So we're going to take a break here. We do thank iSlides.com and Sullivan Tire, as always, for supporting high school hockey and supporting MyHockeyLive, MyHockeyLive.com, and also the book 16 by the author Dr. Peter Drennan, a great read. You can go to Amazon.com and get a copy of the novel 16, all about high school hockey and prep school hockey taking place back in the 70s and 80s. We're going to take a break right here from Stoneham. This is the first of 3 we'll have live for you today, along with Mike McNamara. I'm Paul McNamara, and Pat Serio here, of course, Serio Video, with all the production angles and support today. And thank Pat for being here, and we thank our sponsors, and we thank you for watching. Tell your friends if you're in Arlington and Stoneham, and it's the first you've seen us this year. Spread the word. $10 for the whole year. You can watch every game we carry. And we carry boys games, girls games, a lot of different conferences. Today we've got this one, Stoneham and Arlington. That'll be followed by St. Mary's and Austin Prep right here at 6 o'clock. And we'll wrap things up tonight with a nightcap, Saugus High School and Matignon. All that action today right here from Stoneham. At the end of 1, it is Stoneham nothing, Arlington nothing. We'll be back with the second period in a bit. Well, welcome back everyone to Stoneham Arena. Paul McNamara here from MyHockeyLive, along with Mike McNamara and Pat Serio, the production arm of the world here, getting us up and going. First of 3 here from Stoneham, and after 1 in the opener, it's 0-0, Arlington and Stoneham. And Mike, between periods, we were just saying somebody's going to make something happen here, and to do so, Arlington's starting their 4th line.
Yeah, not a lot happened in the first offensively. Both teams really just looking to just develop some sort of chances. I mean, anything will be better than the first period. Really, the only quality chance Arlington had was about 30 seconds left. Let's see if the 4th line can do something.
Yeah, Coleman's out there at center, the junior, with freshman Cully Curran, number 33, and number 12, Marcus Missouri, a junior. But they did not see any action in the first, and now they've got the puck in the Stoneham end, and a wrister in off the stick of Drotz is deflected in front, covered up by Scarpa. A little life.
Yeah, I guess it worked. I mean, they held the puck underneath the dots in the scoring areas. They had one shot that went wide, but then it came up to the point, kind of trickled onto Scarpa, but he had to cover it up, and now we get an offensive zone draw as one of their top lines comes out.
Stoneham breaks it out. This is number 9 Capuccio going hard for it, and sends Gorman all the way to the back post. Jeff Gorman is shaken up there, and Arlington comes the other way. Piggott is in, centering pass and taken down. That's got to be an interference call. There's Arlington guys down on each end of the ice here.
Yeah, penalty is being called here.
Going hard to the net was number 18. I think that was Peter Shashcharik, and he was taken down by Souza. And Arlington's going to have a power play here, just 56 seconds into period number 2.
Yeah, kind of a similar story from the first. Power play in the first minute, although that time they really barely ever had the puck. Stoneham just got it and fired it down the ice pretty much every 2 seconds almost, it seemed like. Yeah, so let's see if they can actually maintain something here.
Piggott made a nice play down the right wing, and Shashcharik was headed to the net, which he should do. A shot and a save. Oh. It's loose. Wow, that one almost went through off the stick of knee. The forward playing defense on the power play, the co-captain for Arlington. he has the puck right now. Nee will go wing to wing, cross to Mick Curran. Back to Nee. Nee down low, redirected by Piggott. I don't think that one got through his legs as his back was to the net.
I think it was caught up in his skates on that play. Almost the goal there. Got past Scarpa. Scarpa got a piece of it, but it was sitting in the crease. Probably a good play made by number 11, John Sparko. Clear it out. Now Arlington's back with the puck.
Yeah, they got about halfway through the man advantage here. Justin Nee now walks to center. Over on the left to John Piggott. To Nee, back to Piggott, down into the corner. Nice play and a goal here by Drotz. A nice setup on a pass by Curran. They moved that puck right there, Mike.
Yeah, finally we knew one of these power plays was finally going to let somebody break through that wall. Arlington really came out in the second period a lot more inspired. Even before the power play, they were carrying the chances. I think they've had more chances in the past 2 minutes than they had the whole first period. Finally capitalized on one there.
The power play goal, if they see it the way we did, it'll be Sebastian Drotz, the sophomore, with one assist going to Mick Curran, another sophomore, and John Piggott, 3 sophomores in on that score. And Justin Nee would get the third assist, but they moved the puck great on that power play.
And here's the fourth line back out here.
Yeah, here's the line that started the period again. Coach Missouri liked what they did the first time. They're going to get rewarded here. And now poking it away is number 11, Coleman, and 33, Cully Curran, the freshman, not the biggest guy out there, but sticking his nose in. Yeah. And now Gorman with the puck, good to see him up and back in the play. Over to Adaricio, can't get it by the forecheck there of the Spartans. That's number 10, Ed Doherty. Nice job, Doherty with it again. Centering pass, picked off by Curran. Good job defensively, and now Coleman says at the length of the ice, that's going to be an icing call there.
Speaking of familiar stories, another icing here.
I think he was, he was trying to just bank it off the boards and head to the bench, but better off being safe than turning it over at center ice and having guys changing.
Yeah, early in the period, you got that clean sheet. Sometimes you're just trying to bank it past the defenseman. Sometimes it goes all the way down.
Face-off control by the Spartans. They get it back to the point. Shot through a screen off the stick of Nathan Cox. And I'm not sure Cote and Ned ever saw that one.
He didn't move at all.
Now TJ Finn, 21, out there for Stoneham. I think that's his first shift of the afternoon. Well, I'm not sure they got that one right. They gave the goal to Curran. It was Curran who gave the pass over to Drotz. And I think 8 Piggott got cheated out of an assist there. Drotz got the goal, and Curran and Piggott should get the assist. And it's too bad you can't give another assist because Justin Nee did a great job on that power play.
They got the power play in here. They're going to get their first offensive action since the power play. Stoneham just last minute had the puck, but after that high stick, they'll get an offensive zone draw here for Arlington.
So they've got a line of Tomaszewski out there with DeMarco and Foreign. That's the line for Arlington. And now Gorman tries to send it in, knocks it right off his teammate Tomaszewski's knee, and covering up back on the point is Matt Hart, getting some action here. I don't think he played in the first period either, but the sophomore defenseman number 2 sends it in, and Arlington had not cleared the zone, so offsides is called, and faceoff will come just outside the Stoneham line. 11:26 to go, as you see up top on the clock, and it's 1-0 Arlington with an early power play goal here in the second period. Matt Hart now up the wing for Sean Foreign. Foreign backhands it in. Sparko will play it there for Stoneham. Sparko, the alternate captain, sends it up the boards for Halpin. Halpin off the boards, trying to find his line mate Burridge. And now Capuccio, nice play to support over from his left wing position. Centers it front, pops right up in the air, and Hart able to play it away for Arlington, get it out of harm's way, and now we'll play catch with Gorman over there. Gorman's pass up intended for DeMarco, goes back to the Stoneham defense. Souza now. Souza over on the near side for Sparko. Sparko's shot goes well wide. Stoneham changing. They've got a bunch of bodies out, and the puck carries off to Gorman. Rolls off the end of his stick as he's trying to get it over to Shishcharig, and Shishcharig gets it to the red line but can't get it any further. And good play by Doherty for Stoneham to get it in and chase. Hart now for Arlington, can't get it by the Forecheck of Cox. Cox deep into the corner under the stick of Eric Roberts for Stoneham. This is the best Stoneham's looked the whole game here on this shift. Good job forechecking. Dylan Horgan, number 14, I think it's his first shift. Good to see him out there. And retreating for the Spartans now, Daniel Sweet comes back up the left wing. Horgan now, good job to muscle it over the red line. And Justin Nee comes back and plays it for Arlington. He'll come cross ice to Hart. Matt Hart's been out there a long time, number 2. He'll go over to the bench now as we say that, and he'll dump it in. And circling back for Stoneham is Eric Roberts. Roberts can't get it by the bunch of bodies over there on the far side. And finally Stoneham able to clear. They get it up for Toussaint. Toussaint can't get it by Adaricio, but offsides is called there as maybe the puck jumped onto the Stoneham bench.
So Stoneham here, last minute and a half, they've really been maintaining possession. It was all started with a line that's actually changed. Anthony Capuccio made a great hard-working play below the net, tossed it out front, good things happened, almost trickled by. Then they got a quick clear, but Stoneham was able to get it right back in the zone and maintain possession for about a minute.
The two lines that started the hockey game are out there now, opposing each other. Good play at the line by Souza. They send the forwards away. Toussaint over, skates it there after a nice centering pass by Payanessa, and Arlington comes the other way. It's a 1-on-2 for Kevin Willett. He loses control behind the net. Good job by the Stoneham defense to double team Willett. Now Sparko chases in the corner, throws a hit on Cully Curran, and Willett now back to the point to Drotz. Drotz tees up a slapper. Can't get it through the shin pads of number 4, Brandon Can. Can felt that one, but he did a good job to block it. Drotz now will send it in deep. Number 14, Drotz, the only goal scorer in the game, Sebastian Drotz. Stoneham now clears it near side. This is 19, Jake Payanessa, getting it over the red line and sending it in deep. Gorman quickly up for Alec Coleman. Coleman can't get around Cox. Cox, a wrister, goes right over the head of Cote. Now kept in at the line, across the ice by, nice play by Beauclair. Stoneham down deep, but Gorman knocks it off the boards and it jumps over the stick of Cox, who'll play it to Beauclair. Beauclair can't get it around the forecheck of number 11, Alec Coleman. Good hustle by Arlington there as Curran knocks it in deep and they will change. Circling back is Nathan Cox. Good puck-carrying defenseman for Stoneham.
Yeah, Cox has really been involved in the offense a lot. You see him right inside the circles a lot. You see him sending it in. So we saw earlier that shot that went just above Cote's head. Cox has really been doing it all here for Stoneham tonight.
Junior defenseman number 13 plays the offside. Well, that time they had Cox, the left shot on the right defense point, and Beauclair, the right shot, playing the left side. So
yeah, I mean, Beauclair, it's really just been more of a D1, D2 as opposed to a left defenseman, right defenseman all game. They've just been kind of going first man in, last man in.
Arlington can't hammer it out on the right wing, the left wing breakout. Now they get it up to number 18, Shostarek. Justin Nee will support that and send it in deep, giving chase is John Piggott, able to steal it away from Sparko, but good job by Souza to cover up. Now puck comes loose to Arlington. A shot goes just wide off the stick of Shostarek. Nee turns and fires, saved by Scarpa there. Had to be alert on that one.
Yeah, I don't think he expected another shot to come after him from that close.
Good forecheck here by this line for Arlington. Souza with it around behind the net now, sends it up, intended for Halpin. Halpin can't get it by Justin Nee. Great shift for this Arlington line, and now they send it the length of the ice for icing off the stick of Sparko, but that's a smart icing there. 7:03 to go, second period. Arlington with a 1-goal lead, 1-0.
Yeah, Sparko felt the pressure, and he noticed the teammates feeling the pressure as well. They had a long defensive shift there. So sometimes it's just in your best effort just to get some fresh legs out on the ice.
Both teams will change up. Colin Hanley will take the draw for Arlington here against Brandon McCarthy, the Stoneham captain. Good forecheck by the Spy Ponders. Foreign able to get it over to DeMarco. Sean Foreign. He is from this country. He's not foreign, but they spell his name F-O-R-A-N. Hustling over is Nick Frederico for Stoneham. Now bouncing it off the boards is Jeremy Richmond. A shot to goal!
Good things happen when you throw the puck on net.
Federico may get that one, number 5, a fourth line shift for Stoneham, and they tie the game.
Yeah, Federico will get credit for that one. Sometimes best goals just come from hard work and a good bounce here and there. Puck was down below. I believe it was number 7. I'm not really sure who threw it out in front. Puck got thrown out in front, just kind of hit the pad of Cote. He wasn't really completely aware of what was going on, and Nick Federico just crashed the net hard, just snuck it right above his pad. Now we got a tie game left, about halfway through this game.
Dirty goals count just as much as clean goals.
They do. 2 goals scored in different ways. Arlington, a great passing tic-tac-toe power play goal, and Stoneham just crashing the net hard.
Souza trying to get it up the can, never gets there. Now Can able to get it again off of a loose puck, but good forecheck by Arlington. Turning and firing and missing is Kevin Willett, and Stoneham gets it to center. Can just muscles it over the red line and sends it in deep. Jeff Gorman back on it there is going to take a little bit of a bump there from Jake Payanessa. Liakos can't get it up the boards, but circling back is Curran smartly and leaves it for Adaricio. Adaricio quickly up to number 19, Willett, who takes a hit there from Burridge. Here's Arlington playing down low now. Souza trying to pin Willett, and Souza able to steal it and send Can away. Can will go over to Capuccio. Capuccio all alone. Shot goes off the stick of Gorman and bounces high in the air and controlled by the Spy Ponders. They get it out. Willett up the boards to Liakos. They dump it deep, and at least 2/3 of the line changes. Willett stays out there and throws a hit on Souza. Willett able to pick up the puck. Here's Justin Nee, can't play soccer, kick it to himself, but Arlington able to maintain control, and a good play there by number 7 for Stoneham, Daniel Sweet, to leverage body in front of Nee and get the puck out. And here's another icing for Stoneham. This is a recording.
Yeah, I felt the pressure there, although I don't even think the icing was necessary. They had it out of their own zone. Number 10 for Arlington, Michael Adaricio, was really applying the pressure without a stick. I mean, not really sure. I understand it's a long shift, you got to get a change, but sometimes you can find a guy and then change.
Justin Nee stays out there with his line, makes John Piggott in the middle, and Peter Shishcharik, the right shot left wing. Stoneham controls it out. This is number 16, Andrew Tufts. That comes back to Drotz. Drotz up on the right wing, cross ice to Piggott, who takes a hit and sends it in deep. Back on it is Eric Roberts for Stoneham, trying to get it around to Halpin. It's intercepted by Shishcharik. Shishcharik will go around the net, centering pass. Comes all the way back to Drotz, and now a whistle goes as I think the net is off one of its posts.
Yeah, I think Shishcharik was taking note of what Stoneham did a few minutes ago. He just tried to throw it on Scarpa, hoped the puck was going to sit there and one of his teammates could pick it up. But yeah, Scarpa kind of redirected it up to the point, but maybe teeing up for a shot, maybe with Sebastian Dortz looking for his second of the game, but net gets knocked off its moorings. Now we'll get an offensive zone face-off for the Spy Ponders.
Arlington with a set play, they get it back to the point. McDonald threw a screen, saved by Scarpa. Good play by Justin Nee to leave it for McDonald, and the screen was set up well in front. Here's Shishcharik being pinned to the backboards there by Payanessa. And now Nee picks it up for Justin Nee for Arlington. Nice job to muscle his way past Beauclair. Sends it back to McDonald, right point, through a screen. It tips off a skate or 2 or 3. Now Piggott with it. Piggott trying to circle behind the net. Taken down by Cox. Cox hammers it around the boards. McDonald pinches, takes a hit from Toussaint, and Toussaint able to get it to center and onto the stick of Payanessa, who dumps, and they will change. Can stays out there to forecheck. McDonald goes behind the net to Drotz. Sebastian Drotz will take it the other way, right to Piggott. Nice breakout pass. Piggott now will dump deep and go to change as Marcus Missouri gives chase for Arlington. Missouri knocks down Nathan Cox in the corner, but Cox able to get it up quickly to Jake Burridge. Burridge into the zone, but they can't control, and just goes back to the Stoneham line. It's sent up to Burridge. Burridge now on the go across the way. Burridge in, shot blocked by Gorman. Nice follow by Capucci, who seems to do that well. And Anthony Capuccio. Nice job to get in there where it's tough going in there, but he got a stick on it.
Yeah, Burridge staying strong on his stick despite the efforts of Jeff Gorman to stop him. And then Capuccio doing what he's been doing all night, just working hard, finding the puck, getting involved in everything, crashing the net hard. There's a good play by Tote to stay strong and stay with the puck despite making that initial save.
And Coach Sacco rewarding the fourth line. They're out here again. They have the only goal for Stoneham, so why not get them some ice time? They're working hard. Arlington will counter with the Hanley line. Hanley along with Hanley now playing left wing with Curran and Liakos. Not sure where where Kevin Willett is, their normal left wing, but centering pass as Liakos charges the net, and Gorman follows up, and he's gonna take a seat. I think they're gonna give Gorman a penalty here for unsportsmanlike for rifling that.
Gorman's got to be aware. You hear that whistle, you don't fire the puck, and Gorman knew what he was doing. I mean, the whistle blows, he looks up, and that's like that. You can't be doing something like that. You can't just be giving Stoneham a free power play when you're dominating the style of play. We also got an Arlington player down.
Boy, a lot going on that one as the net went like 8 feet off and towards the backboards, and not sure who it is. It may be Curran, it may be
I think it's number 6, Steven Liakos, maybe.
Liakos, the big guy who was headed to the net.
Sometimes the big guys fall harder.
They haven't posted Gorman's penalty. I'm wondering if that might just be a misconduct and not be a man advantage situation.
I mean, either way, he's one of Arlington's top defensemen.
The officials going over to the Stoneham bench. Yeah. They do put in, it's a minor, and stepping into the box for Arlington is Jack Kelly, a freshman, who will.
So Gorman may be gone for more than a minute and a half. That's a blow if they can't use him the rest of the game. He's been really every one-on-one. Really, Gorman's won. You saw the good play he made there on the freshman Jake Burridge earlier. And Burridge still got a shot off, but Gorman's really he's probably logged the most minutes for Arlington tonight, so that's tough. He's got to go.
A lot going on here. And Gorman's arguably their best defenseman, or one of their best defensemen, so you don't want to lose him.
Yeah, looking at him right now in the box, he knows he shouldn't have done that. He knows that it was a questionable call. The whistle just blew. Could have stopped himself, but either way, Stoneham. The result is a Stoneham man advantage. We're looking to take the lead here in a game that they really shouldn't be taking the lead.
All of this happening with just under 3 minutes to go, second period of play, and Stoneham will have a 1.5-minute power play. Souza now walks to the right. Souza threw a screen up high. Cote makes the save. They can't clear, and it comes back to Souza again. Takes a look. Wrister goes off the bodies in front and deflects right in the corner to Payanessa. Toussaint takes a whack at it, and now Nee will skate it away for Arlington. I missed the announcement there, Mike, so we're not sure I'm sure it's a misconduct. And an unsportsmanlike minor. Over the line comes Payanessa. Boy, is he run into by Nee. Stick is high, but Payanessa, man up. You got to move that puck and not put yourself in danger like that.
You can't just be going in like that, knowing that you're going to take a hit when you got an extra man.
Solid check by Nee there, Justin Nee. And here's Cox through center ice. Cox trying to go deep. Caroms off to Can on the far side. 35 to go on the man advantage. Cox walking it up the boards, looking, comes near side to Burridge. Burridge, the wrister, goes wide, deflected by Cote. They keep it in far side. Can, the forward, back on the point there. And now it comes around to an Arlington defenseman able to clear his Drotz and kill off more time. 12 seconds to go on the penalty. Nathan Cox now sends it far side, near side, and on the forecheck for Arlington is Colin Hanley, but they get it up, but Drotz intercepts, and Capuccio nearly took Curran's head off there, and penalty clock has expired. Arlington has killed off the minor portion of the Gorman penalty, and they send Hanley away over the line, 2-on-3. Hanley slows it down and looks for help, dumps it into the corner, where Cully Curran chases, but Sparko has it for Stoneham. Up for Halpin. Comes back to Drotz at the Arlington line. Now Capuccio to Halpin. That was close to being offsides, but play continues. Adaricio skates back for Arlington. Gives it to Curran, to Hart, Hanley rather, who redirects. Now kept in near side by Shishcharek watched back there by number 7, Daniel Sweet for Stoneham, and Capuccio with it far side takes a hit from Cully Curran. Stoneham able to get it up ice, and Adaricio has to go back for Arlington. He's watched there by Halpin, centering pass by Doherty. Back to Cox, the shot through a slew of bodies. Karam's off of those and goes wide. Halpin lays it back to Souza. Souza's shot can't get through. They try to send Piggott away. Piggott, nice move. He's in, a wrist shot to goal! John Piggott with a great move at the line and goes in and knocks it off the body of Scarpa to get the lead back for Arlington.
Yeah, the way Stoneham's playing, their offense is really relying a lot on guys like Nathan Cox and AJ Souza, defensemen, really both good puck-moving defensemen. When they're both out there at the same time, they both got a nose for the net. They're both up front, and then Piggott finally finds a way. Souza's got to hustle back. Piggott makes a great move, and then just gets a shot on net. Scarpa thought he had it, got a piece of it, and it trickles in.
So Arlington takes the lead with 5 seconds to go in the period, and that's a heartbreaker for Stoneham, who had tied it. They had the power play and played a lot better this period, but they'll go into the break between the second and third period trailing 2-1.
Yeah, it's tough when you let up a goal in the final seconds. It's even tougher when you almost had one of your own and then it goes back and bites you in the butt.
So we'll recap the second period of action here. Early on, Stoneham took a penalty and Arlington went on the power play. They converted on that power play. Sebastian Drotz with the first goal of the game. Assist going to Mick Curran and John Piggott. That's not the way it was announced, but that's the way it happened, and that's the way we'll score it. That made it 1-0 Arlington. 8:26, Stoneham was able to tie it. They had the fourth line out there. We're trying to get the announcement here, but the scoring on the Stoneham play was number 5, Nick Federico, with assist to McCarthy and Richmond. We're doing the chuck-a-puck. So the Stoneham goal to tie it was Nick Federico, the sophomore, with assist to Jeremy Richmond, the junior, and captain Brandon McCarthy. That came at 8:26, tied things up at 1. Stoneham went on the power play again late. Arlington was able to kill that off, and then with just 5 seconds left, a clearing pass that looked innocent. Piggott, nice job, kind of slaloming through center ice, picked it up and went 1-on-2 and became a 1-on-1. He was able to get through the Stoneham defenseman. He went in, got a pretty good shot off, and I think Scarpa got a piece of it, but it carried into the back of the net, hit the netting, and with 5 seconds to go in period number 2, it became a 2-1 game for Arlington.
Yeah, that's the way it worked, and both teams finally hit their stride. We saw less sloppy plays, less icings, less missed passes, more offense from both sides, more quality chances. Still not an overly excessive amount, but more, and the scoreboard shows it as it's now 2-1 Arlington. Both teams playing a better game, and it sets up for an interesting third.
So we'll take a break here. We thank iSlides.com, and we thank Sullivan Tire, of course, and the book 16, Dr. Peter Drennan. We thank MyHockeyLive, and we thank Pat Serio Video, and we thank you, the fans that are jumping on board as we grow this year at MyHockeyLive, MyHockeyLive.com. And we're here to bring more games to you. We've got 3 big ones today. This is the first of 3 from Stoneham Arena, along with Pat Serio and Mike McNamara and Paul McNamara. We'll take a break right now. We'll be back with the third period here with the score between the second and third. Arlington 2, Stoneham 1.
Sloppy play a little, but also there are some points where you don't get a whistle for a while. Teams kind of just going back and forth. It's been a fairly even game, and it's setting up for a great third period.
Yeah, power play goal by Arlington early in the second period, broke the ice. Sebastian Drotz with that one, and then about halfway through, 8:36 of the second, Stoneham tied it, their fourth line, getting one, just a mucker's goal from right inside the crease, and then 5 seconds left in the period. Arlington took the lead, a nice individual effort by John Piggott, and he was able to find the 4x6 behind Scarpa to make it a 2-1 game. And one thing to note is here right off the bat, Arlington's in the Stoneham end, and Peter Shishcharek, who's played a pretty good game, is a little upset with himself. He didn't get full throttle on that one.
Yeah, Scarpa stayed big in front of the net. I think the shot might have gone wide anyways. Scarpa's able to get a glove on it, and now both sides will change.
Shishcharek, the left wing here, as we said, has played a pretty good game. Piggott in the middle, and Hanley out there with them on this shift as well. Long shot in by Drotz, pad save, and a good one by Scarpa. As now Drotz is paired with Adaricio. We were going to mention Jeff Gorman is in the box serving him misconduct. Here's Arlington with a chance and a nice play by Burridge, 22, to get his stick on that drive by Piggott, or he would have had a clear shot from about 8 or 10 feet out. But Gorman took a shot after the whistle, and both officials right away sent him to the sin bin, and they gave a minor and a misconduct. So about halfway through this period, he'll be out, and he's one they can't afford to lose. And now Toussaint runs over McDonald and springs Can on the far side. Can has to turn around as they catch up with him from behind, and that's a good back check there by Mick Curran. Arlington comes the other way. Curran with Liakos and Willett out there, the line that did start the game. Liakos went down, number 6, on the same play that Gorman took that penalty, and good to see Liakos back out there.
Yeah, he's another one that he's been logging a lot of minutes. He's a big guy. He's been playing on the power play as well. He's another one that it's good for them to have him back.
Here's Justin Nee. Nee now taking shifts on defense here, it looks like. And they change up. They'll send it deep and change up, and Stoneham will have kind of a free breakout, but it bounces off the skates of Andrew Tufts and all the way down. Drotz has to retreat for Arlington over to Adaricio, back to Drotz as they try to get it away from the Stoneham forecheck in that manner, and they're finally able to lug it out to center ice. Sean Foran can't get it in deep, and Stoneham now will break it out. A.J. Souza, who's had a pretty good game, number 12 for Stoneham, takes a hit as Foran came from halfway across the ice to leverage that one. And now good play on the forecheck by DeMarco. They follow it all the way to the net, but ends up just short. Drotz keeps it in after he takes a hit from Capuccio. Now Foran runs into Cox, a couple of big bodies there, and Burridge, the center, all the way back to get it for Stoneham and send it up the boards for Halpin. Halpin can't get by the Arlington defense, and it comes back to Dan Sweet. Sweet over to Cox near side, over the red line, sends a high wrister in that Cote went to glove, but went right by him into the backboards. And here's Arlington on the breakout. Nice play by Alec Coleman. And can't get it over to Missouri, and Cox will jump right up and head up on the rush along with Can. It was a 2-on-3. Can can't get it back to Cox, and Nee now off the glass, Justin Nee.
Yeah, Cox loves to get in on the rush. It's worked off. He's been one of their best players tonight. He's got a few shots in there. Got up to change, and Toussaint did a good job of covering back for his defenseman when he saw him get up in the play.
Nee, a nice breakout to Coleman, but Coleman can't get by Toussaint. Toussaint with a nice back check there on the far side of the ice. He's a left wing. He was on the right wing side, and now Souza stick handles through center. Souza all the way in deep, trying to get around Justin Nee. Nee following Souza. They try to triple team him, and they do get it away from that good rush by Souza, but Souza's caught deep. And now Payanessa comes back. It's a couple of forwards for Stoneham. The last man back, Doherty and Payanessa. Payanessa behind the net now, forechecked by number 18, Shishcharek. Stoneham able to lug it out, and a big hit here, delivered by Shishcharek onto the body of Andrew Tufts. Adaricio over to Drotz. Drotz, nice play to get it up for Piggott, but Piggott can't get it out of the zone, and now they do, as Drotz sends a long pass up intended for Liakos, but good job by Stoneham to send it back in, and now Arlington will try it again. Here's Liakos trying to go right, muscle his way past Sweet. Cox now trying to send a puck up to our booth, but a couple of rows short.
Yeah, Liakos made a good initial play, stayed strong on his stick despite the play by Sweet to kind of force him outside. And then he got outside, it's just no one was there. He had a low angle, he just tried throwing it in front of the net, and then Cox had no choice, tried to clear it, and it kind of lost it. Lucky this isn't the NHL. He's serving 2 for that.
Little over 4 minutes played, third period. Arlington 2, Stoneham 1. Anybody's game at this point. Curran on the draw with Burridge. Nobody controls, and Stoneham able to get it out of the zone and send it deep. Adaricio plays it around for Willett. Willett checked there by Capuccio. Good cover up there by 22, Jake Burridge for Stoneham to send it in deep. Now Burridge will bump Liakos near side, but Burridge able to get it in deep. Adaricio behind the net. Watched there by Capuccio. And the Arlington clear goes all the way to center ice where Dan Sweet sends it back in for Stoneham, and Arlington will try the breakout again. Adaricio up for Liakos. Little touch pass intended for Curran. Doesn't connect, and Matt Can now backhands it in for Stoneham. Adaricio retreats. It's about the 4th time this shift that he's gone behind his own net, and Stoneham trying to take advantage of this as Arlington is caught in a continual breakout here for the moment.
Yeah, they just
Souza can't get it by Liakos. Liakos trying to get it over to Willett, but Souza circles back and intercepts, sends Toussaint away. As Stoneham will change, Toussaint 1-on-3, sends a wicked wrister in using McDonald as a screen, and good save there by Cote.
Yeah, for a lot of that shift, Arlington just they kept sending it up just to no avail, and they finally was able to get it out, but they couldn't maintain anything. Stoneham came right down and got a quality shot on Cote.
Yeah, you know, much like the icing and all the time we talked about earlier, if you just wind it around the boards constantly, it's going to catch up with you. Beauclair now sends it in deep left wing corner, and Nee trying to circle away from a couple of Stoneham forecheckers, and does. He's able to get it quickly up to DeMarco, who sends it over for number 9, Foran. Foran in deep, giving chase is Sean Tomaszewski for Arlington, but Stoneham clears it out. It's the 4th line for Stoneham. They have the goal in the game for the Spartans, so not an indictment by any means calling them the 4th group, but
yeah, this is a bunch of grinders. They're working harder than anybody else on the ice right now. It paid off earlier. We'll see if they can get it again.
And they have a good shift going right here. Richmond along with Federico. Federico has the goal for Stoneham, and now it swings around to Foran over there for Arlington. Sean Foran able to knock it off the boards past Jeff McDonald, but past Brendan McCarthy rather, and it's an icing, so great job by that line again for the Spartans.
Yeah, they maintained some pressure early, and then when they finally gave up the puck, they didn't really get many chances, but they had the pressure, they made the Arlington defense work, and then they forced an icing call. And as we just saw, Jeff Gorham skated out of the box, and he will return to the lineup.
Maybe if coach lets him. Toussaint, nice move, wrister and a goal! Nick Toussaint!
Great individual effort by Toussaint. We were just saying the 4th line kind of wore down that Arlington side, forced him the icing. As we said early in the game, maybe we thought the icing was going to catch up to Stoneham. Catches up to Arlington right there. Toussaint, a great play off the draw, find himself in the slot, and put one past Cote blocker side. Tie this game up with 8:27 to play.
It should be Toussaint from Payanessa, the center, but we'll see how they announce it. That's the way we saw it here, an even strength goal that ties things at 2 about halfway through the 3rd period, and that should give Stoneham another little lift in the skates here, Mike. And now they're caught in a tough change here. This is Curran over the line, can't get it to the net. He gets it back and turns and fires. Cully Curran, number 33. Good tenacity there. Here's Cox all the way in. Centering pass, good chance there. Centering pass and right in with a chance there is Andrew Tufts, and he misfires. Back to the point, kept in by Souza, off a body in front. Now knocked away by the Arlington defense, Adaricio, and they get it to number 11, Alec Coleman, who smartly ices it there.
Tufts with a great play, get inside there, and if it wasn't for Sebastian Drotz's shins, that puck would have found its way to the back of the net. Drotz, I don't even think he knew he blocked it, but saved a goal there.
Toussaint gets the goal at 6:33. They give assist to Payanessa and a can on that one, so sprinkle the infield for the line there, and good job. Tied it up at 2. Face off to the left of Cote in the Arlington end. 7:27 to go, about half a period to go to see who can grind out a win here. We're tied at 2. Sparko now backhands it up, intercepted by Liakos. His shot goes off the side of the cage on the ice, and Souza now backhands a little pass intended for Capuccio, but intercepted by McDonald at center ice and sent deep. Sparko back on it there for Stoneham. Sparko lays it over to Souza, his partner. Souza banks it off the boards for Capuccio. Capuccio's pass intercepted by McDonald, quickly to Liakos, who backhands it in deep. Willett gives chase, gives a bump there to Souza. Souza goes down. Play in the Stoneham end. Nice play by the Arlington forecheck of Curran. And now they cycle it low. It comes to Liakos, walks behind the net. He's got Willett in front and Curran. Curran, a shot goes just wide. Yeah. Burridge now back on it for Stoneham. Good job by the center, number 22. And now it's picked clean by Halpin. He's in alone. Halpin, a shot goes wide. That was Gorman's first shift back, I think. And
Gorman not happy with the refs right now. First they give him that misconduct, and now he gets in the way of his clearing pass.
Yeah, the official. Yeah, good call there, Mike.
Almost a lucky break there from Halpin. Kind of reversing ice as Liakos made a great play to get it in front to Mick Curran. Mick Curran just wide, and then Stoneham kind of rings it around, and then almost got a. Sometimes you just, in a game as tightly contested as this, sometimes it's just whoever gets the better bounces. Halpin gets a bounce there, but can't finish. Cote did a great job of cutting down the angle on that breakaway and forcing the shot wide. Yeah, Mike Halpin, the senior, he'll be seeing that one in his sleep tonight, but I think Jeff Gorman will be thinking about making the bus next time to this rink. He's not happy with the way things have gone tonight. Adaricio now off the boards for Willett. Willett trying to get it up to Knee. Knee, nice backhanded pass right on the stick of Piggott. Piggott, who has a goal tonight. Piggott back to the point to Adaricio. Adaricio down the boards for Justin Knee. Knee's played a good game too. Played up front and spelled Gorman in his absence and took some shifts on defense, the co-captain. Yeah, and he's made his presence known in all three zones. Made some big hits, made some great plays offensively like this one. Oh, there's Knee again. He can't get around his opposing number 20, Richmond. And they get it up to Cox, the defenseman, trying to get around Adaricio. Cox right in front. Can't get it past the stick of, the big goaltending stick of Cote. And speaking of making plays in all three zones, Nathan Cox forcing the turnover and then getting the shot on net, and it results in a high stick from the puck just going up, and Arlington trying to clear it. Just a great play by Nathan Cox. He's been Stoneham's best player tonight. Yeah, he's had a strong game, number 13 for Stoneham. Now the faceoff's going to come to the left of Cote down in the Arlington end. Again, 5:24 to go. Both teams with a couple of goals. We're tied at 2. Curran wins the draw. Gorman hammers it around the boards. Intended for the right wing breakout of Liakos. Liakos steers it wide. It's a 2-on-1. Nice pass by Curran to Willett. What a save by Souza. By Scarpa. That was a great pass and an even better save. Yeah, Souza's in front of him, number 12, but Scarpa, what a save. Good play by Gorman to get it up to Willett. Here's a 3-on-2 rush again. Nice block over there. I think it was off the stick of Souza, or it might have been Doherty. Arlington on the forecheck here. Liakos trying to get it with his feet over to Curran. He does. Curran turns around Souza. A lot of bodies behind the net. Now Curran right in front, throws it to the crease. It's loose. Cleared back to the point. Gorman walks to the middle. Sends a wrister that goes off of number 18, Eric Roberts. He felt that one. Here's Liakos. Ton of pressure here by the Spy Ponders. This is the best they've looked in 2.5 periods. Liakos dogged by Doherty over there. And now Souza, but Curran able to come up with it, and now Doherty, nice job, Roberts to get it up to Doherty, and they'll get it over the line and head to the bench. Stoneham survives that shift. Yeah, Liakos was making great plays, just using his size to his advantage. They got some pucks to the net. That was a good shift, and it was an even better play by Stoneham to kind of quell it and get the puck to the other end. Cox, a smart play to get it over to Beauclair, who gets it up to Halpin and dumps in a shot on Cote. We're down to just over 4 minutes to go. And Arlington's possession all started by that 2-on-1. A great look by Mick Curran. Scarpa somehow made the save, just knows that with goals this hard to come by, he needs to do something like that to keep his team in the game, and Arlington rode that momentum to a good shift. And a nice play by Willett, the right shot playing left wing, too, to handle that. I'm sure they've done that in practice a million times. So here's Cox. He seems to always have the puck for Stoneham. Trying to get it up to Capuccio. Can't connect, and loose at center ice. And now Burridge over the red line sends a long wrister in that Cote steers to the corner. Capuccio, as he is, first on it. And now it jumps loose into the slot area. Fortuitous bounce for Arlington there.
Shishcharig over the line and dumps as they will change.
That was a good little two-man play by Halpin and Capuccio, but luckily for Arlington, puck bounced over Capuccio's stick.
Arlington may have gone to two lines because the current line with Liakos and Willett is right back out there.
Well deservingly to the pass shift.
Absolutely. Long pass up. It's going to go for icing. They wave it off as hustling down is Curran. Curran circles, lays it in front for Willett. The rebound, save as it went across to Liakos on the far side. A save made by Scarpa there. Curran first on it. Great forecheck here by the Spy Ponders. Liakos turns for Curran. Curran centering pass. Can't get out into the slot area. Adaricio down the boards to pinch a bit. Get it down to Liakos. Stoneham trying to muscle it out. Nice play by Payanessa to get it up to Toussaint. Toussaint loses to Adaricio. Payanessa gets it back. Can't get it in deep. Gorman up the middle for Willett. Willett, nice move on the far side. Backhander goes across the crease, and now Toussaint ices it for Stoneham with 2:26 up on the clock. It's been all Arlington the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, the first 40 minutes or so, Scarpa's number really hadn't been called too much. But now, when you get late in this game, you know Arlington's really stepping on the gas. They want this win. They don't want the tie. And Scarpa's made two big saves that have kept this game tied.
Andrew Scarpa, the sophomore, and not sure if they're related, but Nick Scarpa, the outstanding goalie for Andover High, the senior. So you got to name a Scarpa. That's a good indication you're going to be able to kick pucks out. Stoneham calls a timeout here, and the Arlington captain is questioning something here, and the officials are going over to the coaches of Arlington to explain or indicate or whatever. And now the Stoneham coaches want an explanation. Don't know what the big deal is. I could see clearly Stoneham call a timeout, one of their players. And not sure what the controversy is, Mike, but
Stoneham using this. They've been in the defensive zone a lot the past few minutes. They could really use this rest up their better defensive players. Make sure you got Cox and
frankly, it's a good call. It's a good play.
Yeah,
to take the time out.
2:26 left. You want to kind of with all the momentum's going, it kind of just slows it down, kind of stops the momentum from Arlington. Maybe give your team a chance to just settle down, get in their own. Give Sparka a chance. Give Scarpa a chance to catch his breath, maybe.
Once again, we'll take a chance to catch our breaths and thank Sullivan Tire and the book 16 by Dr. Peter Drennan, and of course iSlides.com and MyHockeyLive.com. And we thank you all for watching. We thank Pat Serio for Serio Production being here to run the show in the professional manner that it's done. And Mike, great to have you here.
Yeah. It's great to be here.
And we thank you all for tuning in today. First game of 3, and we got a dandy right here. It's 2-2. With 150 seconds left. Here's Toussaint, who had the tying goal not long ago, trying to get around Drotz. His backhander goes off the side of the net. They battle behind the cage, comes near side, and Arlington controls. They try to break it out, but stopped by Toussaint at the line. He dumps it deep into the right wing corner. Gorman takes a hit from Payanessa, but puck is down low to Can. Centering pass for Payanessa. It's loose. Payanessa can't get the handle.
I think we can confirm now that was a great timeout call.
Yes, absolutely. It was more than spinach put into those skates.
Yeah, reinvigorated the team.
Long slap shot in by Cox is deflected off the stick of Adaricio. Centering pass onto the stick of Burridge, back to Cox. The wrister is deflected off the skates of Piggott, I believe, and went wide. Piggott now over to Shishcharig, who will dump and go to the bench after he takes a hit from number 7, Dan Sweet. But here's Burridge, intercepted by Willett. Wrister on the ice, saved by Scarpa. Sweet misfires on the clear. Back to get it is Halpin for Stoneham. Halpin up to Burridge. Burridge checked by Willett, and pass comes back to Drotz for Arlington. Sebastian Drotz around the net, intercepted over there by the Stoneham forecheck of Eric Roberts. A minute to go in a tie hockey game. Sent in deep by Joe Sparko. It's loose, good forecheck by Doherty. Doherty trying to get it out to Roberts. Never makes it on the centering pass. And Stoneham with the edge here, kept in by Sparko, but here come the Spy Ponders the other way. Willett looking for help. Liakos stays onside. Willett a wrister and a save by Scarpa. What a quick glove there.
Yeah, big save by Scarpa to keep this thing tied. A goal there would have basically ended this one and let Arlington steal these 2 points.
And to nobody's surprise, east of St. Louis, John Missouri calls a timeout for Arlington here with 37 seconds to go, and his big line just out there. They'll get a breather here, and we'll see if the timeout works for Arlington the way it did for Stoneham, because, like you said, Mike, that was a great observation. They came out with one of their best shifts of the whole night.
Yeah, the timeout really just got them going. I don't know what Coach Sacco was saying, but it got the boys going. They really got the puck moving north. They got some shots on net. It was a good shift. If Arlington can do the same, they might be able to end this one.
Maybe it was the Lake Placid speech.
And if you're Stoneham right now, these last 30 seconds, if Arlington wins the draw, you just try and get out of here with the tie. If you can win the draw, you take your chance. But
well, Nathan Cox will be out there, no doubt, and I would think A.J. Souza would be paired with him. I see them on the ice right now, and up front, let's see whom they bring out. For Arlington, it's Curran and Piggott and Shashjarek, with Justin Nee and Drost on the points. It'll be the Payanessa line with Toussaint and Halpin, I guess, over on the right wing. Comes back to Nee, through a screen, goes just wide. Drost will close. Drost back to Nee on the point. Nee through a screen. It deflects and saved by Scarpa. I keep calling him Souza. Souza's the guy in front of him, number 12, but Scarpa's been great in the last few minutes.
Yeah, Scarpa, it's really, just the last 5 minutes, they really needed him to step up. He's made 4 or 5 saves that have kept this game at 2-2.
Now, Souza will go off, and Sparko comes on, number 11. Payanessa on the draw with Mick Curran. It's loose. Shashjarek trying to get it into the slot area, can't get it to connect, and now it's poked away by Toussaint. They're 2-on-1. That was close to being offsides. Toussaint fans on the first shot. We're down to 12 seconds. Back to the point. Long shot in, deflected wide behind Cote. Drotz now trying to get it up the boards. Intercepted by Cox. The wrister save by Cote with 2.6 to go.
It's kind of the battle the way the two things have been going. Cox all night, it's kind of seemed destined that he's going to get a goal, so you think that one's going to go in, but you also got to think the way this game's been played, it's kind of destined for a tie too. Something had to give right there, and Cote stayed big between his net and flashed the weather there to keep this thing tied. 2 seconds
Liakos
left.
now comes out to take the draw for Arlington. I think this is a blocking situation.
Yeah, maybe just tell him to just fall.
And he wins it easily back to Piggott. Piggott winds it around the boards as the buzzer goes, ending, honestly, Mike, this probably should have ended in a tie.
Yep. You know, they say in sports sometimes there's no moral victories, but if you're 4-5 Stoneham right now playing against 5-2 Arlington, you take the tie and
all day
run
long.
back with it. And especially, a lot of times you see the Middlesex League, you think it's the best public school league. You think of teams like Arlington, like Reading, like Woburn, like Burlington, and you think these teams should be beating the Stonehams, the Belmonts. But this year, I mean, it's kind of, the playing surface is even. We see it here, another tie here today. I mean, Middlesex League also known for its ties.
Yeah, last year I think they set a world record for ties in the league. But this one comes out as a draw here on Stoneham's home ice. The only scoring in the third period, we came into the period 2-1 Arlington. The only goal came at 6:33. Nick Toussaint with the goal from Payanessa and Can. Made it 2-2. That was the only goal of the period, and that was enough for Stoneham today to tie things up, and that's the way it ends. And as you said, Mike, fitting that the puck was on the stick of Nathan Cox near the end. He played a tremendous game, number 13 for Stoneham, as did their goaltender, Andrew Scarpa. He was tough when they needed it down the stretch, and to keep Arlington at bay. Arlington probably with more of the better chances in the last half of the third period, but nonetheless, it goes into the books as a 2-2 tie.
Yeah, both teams will escape here, 1 point, and neither one really making their way toward the top, but it was a hard-fought battle from both teams, and it's right that this game ends in a tie. I mean, none of these players are happy, but you got to take what it is.
So that'll do it for this Middlesex League portion of our triple header this afternoon. We do have 2 more games on tap for you. Next up will be St. Mary's and Austin Prep, and then at 8 o'clock we'll have Saugus High coming in to play the Matignon Warriors. So we'll take a break right now here at MyHockeyLive.com. Again, we want to thank Sullivan Tire and iSlides.com, as well as the book 16 with the author, written by the author, Dr. Peter Drennan. Get a copy at Amazon.com today. It's a great read, folks. And we thank those guys for their loyal support of high school hockey and for being here behind us today to bring you this triple header, as well as SerioVideo.com and Patrick Serio, the best sports videographer this side of the Mississippi. And Mike McNamara, thanks for being with us. I'm Paul McNamara once again. The final in the opener here is a 2-2 tie between the Spy Ponders of Arlington and the Spartans of Stoneham. We'll be back with St. Mary's and Austin Prep at 6 p.m. tonight. Thanks, folks, for watching.